Hi there. Welcome to our webinar today. We'll get started in just a few minutes here. Let folks sign in and we'll get rolling. Thank you for your patience. And if you could please fill out our welcome poll, that would be super helpful for us. Thank you. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Thank you all for joining us today. We appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and also end our poll. Thank you so much for filling that out. We appreciate your attention to that. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, everyone. My name is Matt Dietrich. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions here at the Penn State School of International Affairs, and I'm joined by my colleague Christy Percio, who is in the chat and will be largely answering your questions as we go along. With that being said, we do ask that if you have questions as we move forward today, please go ahead and put them in the Q&A box and not in the webinar chat. That just helps us to keep in order your questions and so that we can answer them in an orderly and timely fashion. This webinar today is about our Master of International Affairs here at Penn State University's School of International Affairs. We can't talk about any other program other than the Master of International Affairs. So if you have interests outside of that, this webinar might not be suitable for you. But if you do have interests, of course, in the International Affairs program, welcome, and we're happy to chat with you today. All right, so we are going to go ahead and get started here. And again, if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the Q&A box as we go along, or we can answer them all kind of in bulk at the end of our webinar today. Awesome. All right. So first, I'm going to start off talking about Penn State and the School of International Affairs. So quickly about the School of International Affairs, we do offer a professional master's degree in international affairs. It is different than an academic degree where you will be, uh, doing a lot of research and writing in preparation for a PhD. Uh, Even though there will be a lot of research and writing in our program, we are professionally focused. So our goal is to help you get a job once you graduate from our program. So if you do have interest in a PhD post master's, that is totally fine. We can help you achieve those goals, but just know that really we're designed to help students get a job. We're really workforce oriented. We're a member of the Association of Professional Schools of International Affairs, or APSIA. You may have heard of this consortium of the top schools of international affairs. It's about 70 or so schools worldwide. And we're just really proud to be a part of the organization that is the leader, that represents the leaders in higher education in international affairs. We offer an interdisciplinary, flexible, and customizable master's degree program. You can choose one of 12 concentrations or completely create your own. And it is interdisciplinary in that we will touch on a variety of topics within international affairs, broadly speaking. We have elite experienced faculty. So we have faculty members that have worked in the United States federal government and federal governments abroad, former diplomats, ambassadors, but we also have scholars in international affairs that are among the top in their field, including economists, sociologists, and others. You get support from our staff. So Christy and I will help you through the admissions process. And then once you are here in residence at University Park, we will pass you off to the very capable hands of our current student staff in academic advising, career services, student affairs, and others. You will be um, able to connect with them throughout your journey here at the School of International Affairs, and they will help you ensure that you are succeeding within the program and beyond. We have an over 90% career attainment rate, and we'll talk about career services a little later. But we're really happy to say that over 90% of our students find employment within 1 year of graduation, and this has been true every single year since we've been collecting this data since about 2013. Talking about our curriculum a little bit, oh, this is a bit out of order. Apologize for that. But our core curriculum does include the following courses: international economics, diplomacy, global cultures and leadership, a, a course on international law and institutions and how the world operates through these institutions. And we also offer data analytics courses as well within our core curriculum. You will choose one of 12 concentrations or you will create your own concentration. So we do have the flexibility for you to take a limited amount of courses outside of international affairs in the create your own concentration in that option. You can also create a concentration of your own by only taking international affairs courses, and we encourage you to do so. But there is some flexibility in maneuvering within our coursework to allow you to do that. Our concentrations do include data analytics, African development, international security studies, Middle East studies, and others. Those are just to name a few. Human rights is one of them as well. And all of those can be found on our website in your research. Like I mentioned before, you can take electives in many top Penn State graduate programs, although in a limited fashion. You will be required to take a majority of your coursework within international affairs, but there will be some flexibility for you to take classes in other departments like political science, history, health and human development, health policy and administration, and others. You can start or perfect a foreign language. Now, I know that many of you, and this is an international student webinar, many of you are proficient in your native language and English, or in English and other languages as well. But if you are interested in learning a language that you have not studied before, you can do so at Penn State. And sometimes international students want to broaden their horizons with foreign languages, and they can do so while they're here. We also offer it's not really just an offer, but every student is required to complete a capstone, whether that be a master's paper or an internship. And given the professional nature of our program, many students are choosing to do the internship as opposed to the master's paper, especially because this will help you get a job, right? Having that professional experience and the networking abilities uh, to um, to use in the internship to get that job post graduation. International students, in large part, do choose to do the master's paper for a variety of reasons, whether they're more interested in the PhD or the internship and the visa implications of that can sometimes be a bit more challenging in some aspects. So the master's paper is a better alternative. Neither is right or wrong, but you choose whatever you would like to do based on your interests and career objectives. So, why should you consider coming to Penn State? Well, Penn State is a top 100 global university, according to US News and World Report, as well as topuniversities.com. We do have the largest alumni association globally. And really, the reason why this is important is because you can meet people who have graduated from Penn State all around the world. Penn Staters are people who are hiring current or recent grads, rather. And so this really just helps to see that the value of a Penn State degree is immeasurable, and you can meet Penn Staters in virtually every industry around the globe. Penn State offers a global community and it is centrally located. You can see on our map here that we are located between four major cities, including DC, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and New York City. Washington, D.C., Philly, and New York City are very easy to get to by public transportation or personal vehicle or even flying in some regards. There is an airport in University Park or in State College in the local community here that you can use to fly to these cities. But we're also close to Toronto. Some of our current students enjoy visiting Toronto for a variety of reasons, whether it be professionally or for leisure. We show this to let you know that oh, we show this to let you know that even though we are uniquely that our geography does kind of put us in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, it is very easy and accessible to get to some of these major cities for professional reasons, leisure and pleasure, as well as networking and other aspects. We do take our students to New York and DC on career development trips as well. So more on that in a little bit, but we do take our students there to meet with alumni and network with employers. Here at Penn State, we have over 70 international and multicultural student organizations. So, whatever your niche or affinity group or interests are, you can find your people, so to speak. We have so many different groups here on campus and the ability to start your own group as well, that if you are feeling as though Penn State may be a place where you can't meet, make friends, that fear can end today with the many student organizations that we have here at Penn State. I've heard so many stories as well of international students trying to find housing, and they were able to connect with students from their home country before they got here through these student organizations to help them find housing with folks from similar places as them. And so it's a very family oriented aspect of our university that I like to share with you all. Penn State does rank among the best universities within the United States for international student enrollment. It's one of the safest places to live in the United States as well, and it's one of the best college towns here in the U.S. There are over 9,000 international students here at the University Park campus. So, as I said earlier, with our multicultural and international student organizations, you can rest assured that when you come here, it'll feel like home in a lot of ways, with folks with shared values and interests as you. So why should you consider the School of International Affairs? And I like to say that SIA, which by the way, we do call the School of International Affairs here at Penn State SIA. This will kind of how I refer to it from here on out, just for the sake of time and to use less words. But I like to say that SIA is a microcosm of the grander university. 50% of our students here within SIA are international students from around the world, from virtually every continent, of course, except Antarctica, because nobody comes from there. But in any case, we are a microcosm of that, and we do really enjoy building community, learning from one another, And our students are really great. They're diverse in so many different ways, and they offer a lot. Not only do you come to SIA to just learn from our great professors, but you come to SIA to contribute something. And this is something we'll want to see also in your application when we go over that here in just a little bit. But first, you get full access to an excellent university through SIA. Everything I just got done talking about with our great university and the various resources and opportunities available to you, you will have full access to that regardless of your degree program and, of course, Master of International Affairs today. You get support from every angle. So we offer a three-tiered advising approach. Every student will have an academic advisor, a career services advisor, and and a faculty mentor. This three-tiered advising approach ensures that you get support from every angle in your journey here as a student. Your academic advisor will ensure that you're on pace to graduate. Career services will help ensure that you are securing those internships and jobs and growing professionally, developing professionally. And then a faculty mentor is available to you to bounce ideas off of, learn from, meet with on a semi-regular basis, and some other things that the faculty mentor is involved in. You do not need to reach out to faculty in the application process. You will work with Christy and myself throughout the entire time. But again, the faculty mentor is not someone you work for. It's just someone that you're able to meet with to talk about ideas and what to do with your degree once you graduate. We also offer a peer and alumni mentorship. The peer mentorship is something that international students really enjoy, particularly because this is someone who is a second year student who is available to you to help you transition from where you are right now into our graduate program, into the State College area, Pennsylvania, the United States. And they're kind of a been there, done that person who can help that transition and alleviate some of your concerns, maybe connect you with roommates or housing in those types of things. We kind of build in the networking as you are transitioning to state college. We also have alumni mentorship. So while you're a student, we will pair you up with a suitable alumni who can help you understand what it's like post graduation to work in the field. They can help you with cover letters and resumes and that type of thing as well. We offer education abroad. Now, I know that international students coming to the United States is education abroad, but we do offer 25 programs around the world that you can visit other countries through for a semester. Sometimes international students do take advantage of our education abroad programs. But of course, we understand coming here is study abroad for you. So that's not lost on us, but we do want to make mention that if you're interested in using our program to experience the world in another way, you can absolutely do that. We have networking through the Penn State Alumni Association and our career trips. As I alluded to earlier, we take our students to DC and New York every fall and spring to meet with not only employers who hire our students, but also alumni of Penn State, but more specifically the School of International Affairs. We have a tight knit, diverse, and global community. I've talked a lot about this already, but specifically with SIA, our directors really focused on building community and not just a social community, but an intellectual one here at SIA. So we have social events through our student government association, like trivia night, or potluck dinners, international potluck dinners, or movie nights, and sometimes they leave the building and go on hikes or cultural trips and those types of things. But also on the kind of the intellectual side, our director hosts monthly international affairs discussions. These are some of the most popular discussions that happen within our building where you can discuss real world issues and policy changes, as well as kind of just quote unquote air the grievance of what is going on in the world in an intellectual space. And that's something that our director is very keen on promoting throughout your time here at SIA. And again, we have an over 90% career attainment rate, which just speaks to the quality not only of our program in preparing students for jobs after graduation, but also how awesome our students are in finding employment. Because really, at the end of the day, we provide the resources for you to find the job out, and then you go out and get the job yourself. So the onus is on the student, but we provide the resources to help you succeed. All right. So next, we will talk about our application requirements. And this is a very important part. Now, we won't go over every single detail of our application in depth. We're going to have a future webinar, so keep an eye on your email for our best practices in applying to graduate school webinar. This is going to be extremely helpful for many of you who are thinking about applying to our program. And we will go in depth, kind of line by line, everything that is required for the application. And we'll be passing out golden nuggets, if you will, during that webinar. Not real ones, just golden nuggets of wisdom. So here we will go over our application. And I notice already there is an incorrect date. So I apologize. We had changed some dates before I had after I had updated this originally. So um, we will put those in the chat for you so that you can see them. Christy, if you wouldn't mind in the chat throwing in the deadlines because I have them wrong on the slide. Sorry for that. So, the important deadlines for you all to be fully aware of, and again, this is an incorrect date, but please note that December 31st of 2025 is the deadline to be considered for our merit-based scholarships. December 31st. Okay. Uh, I'm just going to move forward to here so that there's no confusion. And our final deadline for admission will be February 15th of 2026. By February 15th, however, those uh, the scholarships and admission will be based on seat availability. Yeah, and I just put in, or I'm sorry, Christy just put in the chat. Actually, just want to make sure. I think that just went to you and me, Christy. So if you can change the two to everyone, that'd be super great. All good. But yeah, that is being put in the chat for you all to see. So the December 31st is a priority deadline for the merit-based scholarships. February 15th is our final application deadline. Okay. Again, scholarships and seat availability are dependent upon, again, if they're available by that time. If you apply after February 15th, it'll be on a rolling basis, and that will really just be awesome. Yeah, so now it's in the chat. Thank you so much. Everything that you need to know. If you apply after February 15th, we can't guarantee admission or scholarships at that point. It really will just be based upon seat availability at that point. So keep in mind, December 31st, the most important date for you to apply by, and don't miss it. Now, you do need a fully completed application, including letters of recommendation and everything submitted in the application as well. And yes, there is a chat. I'm sorry. Yeah, there is a chat posted by Christy for our apply page. Please go to that so that you can understand everything that you need to know for submitting your application. Okay. Now, there are no tricks. We're just going to go through the application real quick, what you need to apply and for a successful application. Um, and there are no tricks. This is not made hard on purpose to trip you up or trick you. Everything that everything that is online that is available to you for the application is fully transparent. So as long as you follow step by step everything that we've provided you for the application on our website, you will have submitted one successfully by our deadline. So, number one, go to our website. I can't stress enough how extremely important it is that you read through the entirety of our website to the best of your ability. Obviously, you don't have to read everything, but definitely become well acquainted, not just with our admissions requirements or our application requirements, but also who we are, what we're about, and what we offer students. And this will really help, especially as you're crafting your statement of purpose, to help you understand how you fit in to our program. So here are the requirements. You need to upload a current resume or CV tailored to our program. We do need the copy of your official transcripts uploaded to the application at the time you submit the application. This does not include unofficial transcripts, semester, reports or grade reports or advising reports or anything like that. We need a copy of your official transcripts, and when you upload it to the application, you can absolutely have a scanned copy. And sometimes this means too that you will need to upload a scanned copy of your degree certificates. Please make sure that they're always in English. In some cases, we will need to see the original language transcript and degree certificates. This information is included on our website for international applicants, and you will go to the link country eligibility for international applicants. Some countries, we only need the English translation. We always need the English translation for every case, but some countries, we only need the English translation. Some countries, we need the English translation and your native language for transcripts and degree certificates. Next, we need the statement of purpose. This is probably the singular most important document that you will submit to the application. There are very strict guidelines on our website for how to apply, and the link that Christy gave you on how to craft your statement of purpose. So please follow those guidelines as closely as you possibly can. Uh, we we do check for plagiarism, so please make sure that you are not plagiarizing in any way your statement of purpose. We want to know who you are authentically from your heart and why you want to come to the School of International Affairs at Penn State. And we will go over really how to craft a really good statement of purpose later on in our best practices webinar. So again, make sure you register for that. We need the contact information for two recommenders. We do prefer that you have professors or faculty members write your letters of recommendation. But if you have supervisors of an internship or a professional job that can write you a good letter of recommendation, that is fine as well. At the end of the application, you will notice that there are program specific questions or supplemental essay questions. You must answer these. Failure to answer these questions will result in a denial of your application. These are just as important as the statement of purpose and the resume and all of the other facets of our application. So ensure that you are answering these to the best of your ability. For international students, we need proof of English proficiency by IELTS or TOEFL. There is no exemption process except if Penn State has automatically exempted your country from IELTS or TOEFL. If you're and there is a list on our website of all of the countries that are automatically exempt from the TOEFL or IELTS exam. If your country does not fall on that list, and you have otherwise learned you have otherwise taken classes at your university in English, unfortunately, you will still have to take an IELTS or a TOEFL exam, and there's no other way around that. I'm sorry to say. For example, um, those who have earned a degree in India may have earned their degree entirely in English. However, Indians still need to take the IELTS or TOEFL exam. That's just one of the most common ones that I've come across. Not picking on India, but that is one that we come across very often. So please make sure that you are doing your research on our website as to what you need at the time of application. All of it's there. Again, there are no tricks. We also need a conferred degree comparable to a US four-year bachelor's degree. Again, if we're using India as our example, a lot of times Those who have earned a degree in India typically have a 3 year degree. There are some 4 year degrees out there, but a 3 year degree, unfortunately, is not comparable to the US bachelor 4 year degree, of course. If you do have a 3 year degree, then we recommend that you take maybe a 1 year postgraduate diploma or a 1 year master's degree, and that will bring you to the equivalent of the US 4 year bachelor's degree. For our European candidates, this means that you need to have 240 ECTS credits. A lot of times we see that a conferred degree is 180 ECTS credits, and that is just not enough. You need 240 to be eligible for admission to the Penn State Graduate School. Again, check the country eligibility webpage on our admissions website for more information. If you click the link in the chat that Christy posted, that will take you to, you can also find the link for the country eligibility page there, and that will be extremely vital for you to view. All right. A lot of times we receive questions on tuition, particularly from international students, because we understand that the financial aspect of attending graduate school is a very important one, and that again, that is not lost on us. So I do want to quickly review the expected tuition and fees, plus um, um, the non-billable expenses that you might expect here if you are admitted and decide to enroll at Penn State. So for international students, for fall 25, spring 26, so the current year that we are in, the tuition is roughly $41,564. Now, please note that there are differences between the fall and the spring semester tuition. This is because in the fall semester, many of our students take 12 credits. In the spring semester, you're only required to take a minimum of 9 credits. In many cases, students will take 12 credits per semester, in which case the fall and the spring semester will be the same price. This is extremely important for the financial guarantee, which I will discuss here very soon. Now, this is your billable expenses. This is what will be required of you on the tuition bill to pay. Okay, and we'll talk about scholarships as well here soon. But this is the billable expenses that Penn State will ask you to pay in order to continue enrolling and taking classes here at Penn State. The non-billable expenses will total to around $24,800. You can consider non-billable expenses as the cost of living. Okay, rent, meals, books, transportation, and miscellaneous costs all factor into this. Now, one thing I will say is that for our program in international affairs, students are likely to not pay $600 per semester in books. This is, however, still factored into the financial guarantee, again, which I will go over very soon here. But you can expect to pay this amount in living expenses out of pocket or through other means, external scholarships, loans, these types of things, to pay for your living expenses and remaining tuition. So for an international student, you are looking at approximately $66,364 per year, with the billable and non-billable expenses included in that. Again, non-billable expenses really are just dependent upon how you live your life, right? Do you find the penthouse suite here in State College to live in, or are you going to live modestly in an apartment with roommates and these types of things? So, um, this is something to think about much later on, but we will help you through the process and provide you the information as we go. Okay, so some important tuition notes is that the rates that I just showed you are for the current academic year. Typically, tuition is increased by about 3% every year. So we won't know fall 2026 tuition until next year, but it will likely increase by about 3%. So everything, as you're budgeting and trying to figure out if you can afford to come to graduate school here at Penn State, just add in a 3% so that you are not surprised when tuition is increased next year when you are here. Again, the non billable expenses are estimates based on local cost of living and they don't appear on your bill. And the tuition rates again for the fall semester were 12 credits and 9 credits in the spring. 9 credits is the minimum you need to maintain compliance with your visa, as well as to be considered a full time student. Most students choose to take 12 or more credits, and that's when the tuition will go up. But from 12 to 18 credits, the price is the same. Now, when it comes to the financial guarantee, all international students will be required to secure the funds necessary to get the to get the I-20. The I-20 is necessary for the visa interview, and succeeding through the visa interview is necessary to get the visa in order to enter the U.S. Okay. Now, the financial guarantee for this academic year is $60,600. Penn State will quote you the 9 credit level for the financial guarantee. Uh, there may be some confusion if you receive a bill that is higher than what they quoted you for tuition. I think tuition at 9 credits is around $35,000 per year. But again, if you take 12 credits in the fall, which you're required to do, and 9 credits in the spring, that tuition does go up to about that 41,000 mark that I showed you. So even though you'll need less money to prove the funds for the I-20, you're going to need more money to actually pay for the tuition. Penn State does this to make it easier for you to secure the I-20 because $60,600 is already a lot of money. Okay? We can answer questions about that a little later. Also, if you're admitted into our program, we will definitely share this information with you in great detail later on throughout the process. When we're talking about scholarships, we want to let you all know that we're proud to say that every single student that was admitted and ended up enrolling into our program was offered some sort of merit based scholarships. However, they're not guaranteed and they're completely based on the merit or the quality of your application. Scholarships are limited in such a way that we cannot offer 100% tuition scholarships. If you think or if your goal is to secure a fully funded master's degree program, we're probably not the right place for you to consider applying to in the first place because we cannot offer any student full tuition scholarships. Our scholarships can discount tuition up to about 60% for our most outstanding applicants. Again, every admitted student is likely to receive something uh, in the 15% to 60% discount through merit based scholarships. Our top applicants will likely see a 60% tuition discount through merit based scholarships. The average scholarship is between 40 to 50%. Okay. So please understand we can't fully fund any student. I wish we could, but we can't. As an international student, you can use the scholarship towards the financial guarantee. Again, there are no fully funded scholarships available. In addition to that, we here at SIA, we don't offer any graduate assistant or teaching assistant positions for our students. And a lot of times, GA, TA positions offer full tuition scholarships as well as a monthly stipend and health insurance subsidy. We just don't have those available to us here at SIA, given the funding model of the university and the fact that we do not have any PhD programs. So please note that as you are considering applying to our program. The second that you apply to Penn State and to the School of International Affairs, begin looking for external means of funding as soon as you can, whether this be through loans, family members, external scholarships, fellowships, grants, anything that you can find through governments or multinational corporations to help you fund the remainder of tuition. Again, because our scholarships are not guaranteed, not everyone is guaranteed to get something. We hope that we can still maintain this trend that everyone gets some form of scholarships, but we can't guarantee it in any year. Um, if let our scholarship kind of be a surprise to you. So begin to look for those external means of funding now, and then if you get a scholarship from us, everything will be great, and you'll have everything that you need in order to get the I-20 and enroll in our program. Some other important considerations: plan for the visa, immigration, and I-20 process right now. Do not delay. Now, for international applicants, we recommend that you apply as soon as you possibly can. Again, no later than December 31st, but apply in October or November. Because what we'll do is our goal is to prioritize international applicants, to give you a decision whether it is a denial or an admittance to our program, so that you can begin to plan your future, whether that's enrolling here at Penn State or attending elsewhere. Okay. If you're admitted, we will want you to begin to complete the I-20 and immigration process as soon as you can. For many of you, the countries that you're from, and especially given the climate for visa interviews these days coming into the United States, we want to give you ample time to plan for sitting for your visa interview and getting through that process. Which leads me to my next point: is become aware of the visa wait times in your home country. A quick and easy Google search for visa wait times in and insert home country here will let you know how long or how many months between now and the next appointment uh, will you need to wait to actually sit for the interview. This is why we want you to start early. Some of you are from countries where the next visa interview appointment is not until 6, 7, or even 8 months from today. So if you apply and we can give you a decision as soon as we are able to, then you can begin that process in earnest. You should also know what to expect at a visa interview. We want you to check with your home country's Education USA office and meet with an advisor who can help you prepare or give you some tips for the visa interview. You can also peruse the Penn State ESA website for additional information. NAFSA, NAFSA, is also a really great resource for you to learn about what to expect in the visa interview. Here are some very important things that the visa officer is going to want to know from you. Number one, how do you plan to pay for your graduate education? This will include scholarships, personal funds, any other grants or fellowships that you were able to secure as well. They also want to know, what do you plan to do after you graduate? Do you plan to come back to your home country and work? Which they want to ensure that you are not planning to completely immigrate to the United States. You have to overcome the doubt at the time of the interview that you do not plan to reside until the end of time in the United States. That your plan is to graduate from your said program and come back to your home country to benefit your country with the education that you just earned. This is an extremely important thing to note at the time of the interview. You'll also want to be able to explain why you chose this program, and tell the visa officer a little bit about the program that you intend to enroll in, and what you think it's going to help you gain so that you can come back to your home country and work in that field. Again, all of this is available online and we send you a bunch of information on it, but I just wanted to give you some of these tips now. Begin to explore outside funding sources as early as possible, which I kind of talked about ad nauseum, so I'm not going to continue to speak on that. But again, we can answer questions if you have any. And that is the end of our presentation today. We do ask that if you do have interest, again, apply as soon as you can. Go ahead and scan those QR codes if you're able to connect with us, schedule one-on-one meetings if that's of interest to you. But you can also scan the other QR code, the apply QR code, to go to our admissions webpage where you can find all of the information on how to successfully apply to our program. And with that, we're finished. I do want to open it up to your questions. If you have any, please go ahead and type those in the Q&A box, and we'll give a minute for you to think about that. If you don't have any questions, that's totally okay. We thank you for your time, and we hope to connect soon. Um, Someone did actually ask for the GRE, about the GRE. So for those of you still with us today, we are GRE optional. If you have not taken the GRE, have no fear. That will not be a consideration in admission, even if you had taken it. If you have taken the GRE, feel free to submit your scores to us. It can only help you, but it can't ever hurt you no matter what your scores were. All right. Well, seeing as there are no additional questions, we want to let you know, that we hope to see you apply. Thank you so much for attending our webinar today, and have a great rest of your day. Cheers.